So Georgia May is a queen. This pour is really long, and I've lost my watch. So I am going to go fix maybe the third one, and the other two can stand as just facts that cannot be corrected. Why would you want them to be corrected while you watch an intro? But before I send you to said intro, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 302 of 365 days of soap. Wild, right? 302. It's crazy. I'm not going to get over it this week. No. And we are showing you Georgia May's tiger stripe, and she's a queen. I don't even need to show you this video and keep the suspense going or whatever. I can just tell you right now, her pour is exquisite. I mentioned yesterday how much I dislike tiger stripes because they always look very chaotic and without form. Not when Georgia May does it. When Georgia May does it, it's art and it's beautiful and it's so stunning, and I can't even with this, but I do need to stop evening with that right here because, again, the pour is long. So we're gonna go check out the pour, and I will fangirl over her in the video. So let's go check it out. Okay, so first up, before people get all big mad about listening to me chew in this, yeah, I brought snacks to this. I'm eating jelly beans right now, like I'm watching an awesome movie in the movie theaters that we can't go to, because Georgia May sent me the top of this bar, and then I saw the cut when I went into the shop, and it was so gorgeous. The most beautiful thing to ever exist in the history of ever, period, end of. I was so excited to actually see this footage. But I haven't watched this footage. I did a super quick edit with all of this and cut out dead spaces, and when watching it right along with you while I give my thoughts on the whole thing. And so yeah, this is like a movie to me. So I brought snacks. So if my voice gets weird, it's because I'm chewing on a delicious jelly bean. And they are delicious because jelly bellies are awesome. Just, there's that. So now, yesterday in my tiger stripe, which is also a very cool tiger stripe because it looked really cool and all the ombre effect or whatever, but also I had that, it looked like chlorophyll in the end result, and I'm still stumped by that. I don't know how it did that or whatever, but it's awesome. But yeah, so I did it that way, and Georgia May decided to go literal with her tiger stripes and actually make it look like a tiger. So those are the colors that she's going with, which also totally makes sense for the scent blend, right? Because an orange, and tigers have orange stripes and all the jazz. Yeah. And so yeah, I'm interested in this pour to see how she does this and how she executes it, because the end result was really very stunning. It was absolutely gorgeous. And so while we are watching the pour, the assumption is that she's going to be pouring it different than how I poured it. And I will point that out and say, hey, here are cool tricks, and this is what you should do for a tiger stripe if you want it to look really pretty and not all chaotic and weird. Because chaotic and weird is the reason why I don't like tiger stripes. I've never seen a a really well executed tiger stripe. Like literally never until this. And this is a really well executed tiger stripe. And I'm very, very impressed and I'm proud of her. She did such an excellent job. Like, for a pour that I don't like looking at, like in general, for her to make it something that I find visually appealing, like, that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. So, yeah, I'm excited to be watching this right along with all of you and sort of seeing her process. Now, soap batter, she did experience a little bit of false trace with it, and she's soaping low, like a low temperature is what that means whenever I say that, for people who might be, you know, new around here and not, I should explain things better in every video, just for, because, you know, I can't assume that you've been here for the whole 365 days of soap. So, yes, she did experience some false trace because she was soaping cold. But this particular consistency, it's a good consistency. It's definitely thicker than the texture of the soap that I used yesterday. So that's interesting to note and to keep in mind throughout all of this. Now the kaolin clay has been dispersed. I don't see another beaker. And maybe I was finding my jelly bean when she did it. But kaolin clay is definitely in the batch. And so is activated charcoal in that one. And the other one there, really. So we get a double whammy of clay type things. I actually had someone in the comments a bajillion months ago. I mean, not a bajillion months ago, because my soap channel's only been up for like, you know, 10 months, but several months ago in this project, you know, tell me that clays and activated charcoal are different things. And I'm like, yes, that's true. That's accurate. But their performance in soap is like the same thing. So I lump it in with all clays. And yeah, so she has the scent. Oh God. Twice over, we're gonna do a little bit of spilly spill. It's all good. Now, she has put the scent blend into all of her containers and is going to mix that up. And that one, actually, it loosened up the batter really well, which was my experience with this scent as well. Definitely no acceleration, no problems there. Unlike with like the pipe divider swirl thing that we did a couple days ago. Wait, was that a couple days ago or like a week ago? Either way, the pipe divider swirl was like, you know, kind of got thick. Totally got cut off by the title screen. And so, yes, fluid batter is the point. The scent blend loosened up the batter nicely. Now, this is interesting, okay, right off the bat, because yesterday for the tiger stripe, I did the angling of the mold method and doing wall pours with the colors, and then switching the angle with the colors and doing the thing. And she's not doing that. That angle is, there's no angle. That mold is right down on its bottom. And she is pouring in the middle of the bar. Looks like actively trying to keep everything in the middle and sort of let everything fan out like you would a teardrop. So that's cool. Now with the teardrop, of course, once it gets to this point, you would take the wall, you would take your main body color on the wall on both sides and zip all that stuff back up into the middle once it hits this. Well, I mean, just before it hit this, before it hits the sidewalls, really. But she's not doing a teardrop, but this is the same sort of fashion that you would use for a teardrop swirl. And yeah, no, this is wildly fascinating right now, actually, because the end bar that I saw, because she cut this and I saw it, and I'm, you know, looking at the bar, it looked like it was poured on an angle. So this is interesting. I wonder if at some point in the cut or in the pour, she starts angling it. That will be very, very interesting to know, really. But so far, so good. Continuing to do lines of color, just one on top of the other, pushing the soap batter underneath out towards the side with each pass of the new soap. And yeah, no, I'm wildly fascinated with this. I really am. Like, I don't know. Is she going to put it up on an angle at some point? This is very... The bar that she cut looked like it was angled. So I am fascinated by this right now. This is amazing. Wow. Now, I don't even know that this was a possible way to do the Talon skin or the tiger stripe for the, like, within the tutorials. I don't remember this being a video, but maybe it was. I really don't know. I mean, I'm sure it was. Usually with the soap challenges, for Amy Warden Soap Challenge, it's usually Amy does a couple attempts, right? And so she'll show, you know, like an advanced way to do it or a natural way to do it, or this was my first attempt, and then after, you know, fiddling with it, here was my second attempt, or all the jazz. And so she probably showed 2 different methods. I guess I just chose the first one that I clicked, and Georgia May must have watched a different video, or she's completely modifying it because she wants to. I mean, either way, it doesn't matter, because the tiger stripe totally looks like a tiger stripe. It's so beautiful. I'm like, I mean, on one hand, the pour is obviously very cool, and I like watching this because it's very cathartic and soothing and calming and all of the things. But on the other hand, I really just want to skip to, like, when it's all in the mold to see what she does, or just show you the cut right now and then just come back. But I can't do that. We can't do either one of those things, guys. I mean, you can. And lots of, like, soap makers that watch the channel actually do. They'll watch the first little bit of this right here, the pouring into the mold, and then they'll just skip to the cut. And then they'll ask me questions in the comments, and I'll be like, I addressed that in the video. You should watch it. Like, watch it. But, there's not a lot for me to actually, like, commentate on with this exact thing, because everything that she is doing right now is not at all what I did for my tiger stripe, wherein I was following directions from the Soap Challenge website. So, I don't know. I mean, her batter is thicker. She's pouring directly in the middle. This had to have been a secondary, like, tutorial. Like, here's another way to do it, or something. And now I need to know. George May, did you come up with this on your own, or was this a tutorial on the thing? I mean, I guess I could look it up. It takes a lot of time to log on to the Soap Challenge website and all the things, though. So, and then I have to remember my password, and it's a big old thing. So, it's better to just ask her. And then maybe she'll tell us in the comments. And that would be cool. But, yeah, her soap batter, very, very thick. Which I experienced in the final stages of my, about, you know, I guess a little bit further on than this. It's hard to tell with angles versus, you know, flat. But that also led to very cool different sort of swoopies within the bar itself, because the thinner batter was on the bottom, more fluid. These swirls were therefore kind of more swirly, and then there was more contrast between colors toward the other ones because it was getting thicker, so the colors were sort of like holding their own within the thing, which is awesome. But this one, I imagine it will still be the exact same effect, the thicker soap batter on top. Okay, now she's gonna angle it here. And she's pouring it kind of on the opposite side that you normally pour with an angle. Oh, but it's gone now. She's not angling it anymore. She's back to the middle. Maybe she just needed to get some white over that black before it got too far over. Or something. I don't know. This is all very fascinating. I guess at the end of the day, what this is really going to show is that while the directions for the tiger stripe do say you really do need a really thin, fluid soap batter, this is showing that that may not be the case, and you're going to see why that may not be the case in the cut, because again, like, it's so beautiful. And so if this is not what a tiger stripe is supposed to look like, I don't care. I like it better, so it works. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I actually had to take off for a minute. The pups were, so we have 2 Daniffs. You guys have met them on the channel, both of them actually. Penny's huge, the one that's about 18 months at this point. She's huge now. She's like 150 pounds. And Mazakine's growing real big, but they're like professional escape artists. It's crazy. And so I guess Mr. Soap and Clay just noticed that they were no longer in the backyard with him, and he had to go track them down. And so I was distracted and had to see what the commotion was about for a minute, but you know, it's fine. They're back. It's all good. I don't know how they managed to, they're smart. It's ridiculous how smart they are. Like, they can open up the latches to the gates, and they can also pull open cabinet doors. Like, they're wild. They're too smart to exist, which is weird because I always thought that a Dane Mastiff would be kind of dumb, but they're not. They're super bright, and that's for good or for ill. Now, she's coming to the end of her batter with all of this, and yeah, it's getting very, very thick, and I'm still, like, I need you guys to pay attention to this and how everything went into the mold on its bottom, down the center for the most part. Like, for the most part, that's what this was. But it ended up sort of going all over, kind of chaotic, right? Like, to follow the path of the soap that she had put on before, things started to sort of shift. Like with that one, there's middle, but then also it ends up going to the left side of the mold, all the things. And so I need you to pay attention to this and keep that in mind for the cut, because I swear that bar looked like it had been poured on angles. And so I am cuckoo bananas for this right now. And also, Georgia May's not shaking like she had too much caffeine or something. I just super sped up this part because it was a very long pour, and I wanted to get it in a reasonable time video. So she took the hanger down. I'm going to say midway. Nope, she took it all the way almost down to the bottom, and then she is just doing some back and forth swirls as she continues to, oh God, did you see the soap batter on that hanger? Wasn't that beautiful? Holy crap, that was nice. So she just did back and forth swirls coming up the bar as she did her pulls from side to side, and then took it out. And yeah, that was beautiful. The stripes on the actual hanger, that was gorgeous. And so now the rest of the soap batter has just been layered on top. And yeah, this right here was the reason that I was so excited to cut into this bar, because holy bananas, this is a beautiful soap top. And I actually posted this on my Insta as soon as she sent it to me because it was so gorgeous. So, I mean, that should tell you how long in advance we actually filmed this guy. But let's go check out the cut. Okay, and on to the cut of this soap. And I have also not actually seen the actual cutting process, but this soap is so gorgeous that I would be shocked if we didn't get the like little hand shaky, you know, squealing through her hands thing from Georgia May for this, because this had to have excited her. It's, yes, it looks so good. It's so smooth and shiny. It definitely went through gel, all of the things. And let's see where she, oh God, you can just see it right there. And that's just so amazing. Like, oh, that's so pretty. Holy crap. That, I don't think she likes it. That's, wow. Did you not like this soap? Oh, you love that one. Okay, good. Like, I'm very confused about the first one because it almost looked like with her hand, she was like, well, WTF. That is gorgeous. Oh my God. Yes, I love it. Yes, that is so pretty. Now tell me that doesn't look like she poured on some angles. So that is very fascinating. While the directions for the soap challenge that I followed at least said pour in an angle, nah, don't pour in an angle. That's cooler. Like, look at that. That is so beautiful. You have the swoops that suggest it was poured on an angle, but then you have like the almost teardrop-esque, like a flattened teardrop. Like that's beautiful, right where her thumb is right now. That little white piece underneath. Oh my God. Like that's gorgeous. And then the hanger that pulled everything through. Those are gorgeous bars of soap. Like absolutely stunning. Yes, it's the first tiger stripe that I've ever seen. So much of the tiger stripe is really going to be about the right colors that you select and the way that you select them, but and how you actually put them in. And Georgia May is obviously great at that. She's an artist, but that is really, really beautiful. I am blown away by these soaps, like for sure. And she was just kind of pointing out the blocks of color with the black, white, gray, and the orange on the top. And yeah, you could go either way. You could actually just continue to swirl all of it, like put all of it in the mold and then do your skewer so it doesn't have that block of color. But personally, I really quite like it. I think it's cool. That's awesome too. These are gorgeous bars of soap. Like I just cannot get over how stunning the overall design of these ultimately was. It's so pretty. And yeah, you should be excited for sure because you did such a good job, Georgia May. I am forever proud of you, infinitely proud of you, but even more so today because they are so gorgeous. And the scent, the Satsuma orange, it's delightful, but if this thing was an unscented bar, it would still be a ridiculous winner. Like everything about this bar of soap is absolutely perfect. So a soap that is scented as Satsuma orange and called a tiger stripe and looks like freaking tiger stripe. She nailed it. It's perfect. Like everything about that soap is so gorgeous. The scent is so big and bright. So good on you, Nurture Soap, for doing such a great job with this orange because a lot of oranges are very fleeting after saponification. This one was not. It's so big. It's so bright. It's so beautiful. And it pairs with this big, beautiful, perfectly executed tiger stripe like nobody's business. Well done, Georgia May. I don't even know that we need to throw this out for a competition like who did it better because I can say right now I think she did it better. But if you are interested in either my tiger stripe from yesterday or Georgia May's tiger stripe from today, remember, same oil blend, same scent, so same performance, but different designs. You can find them on the website at soapandclay.com. And, just click on the little drop down and you can pick mine or the Soaprentices. And yes, that will be awesome. If you're interested in seeing what else we do for Amy Warden Soap Challenges and what we come up with next and all of the jazz, subscribe to the channel. That would be cool. If you are already subscribed, are you having fun with these challenges? I'm having so much fun with these challenges and I hope you guys are too. I hope you're learning some stuff. I hope you're having some fun. I hope all of the things for you in general. And yes, so that does it for me today. I am out of here. I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of soapy fun. Bye.